Most people start fasting because they want to feel better, lose fat, or fix their health. But here's the uncomfortable truth. No one tells you. Not every body is ready for fasting, and when you ignore the warning signs, fasting doesn't heal you. It adds stress, slows progress, and quietly works against you. That's why some people feel amazing on fasting, while others feel worse, exhausted, anxious, and stuck. The difference isn't discipline. It's readiness. Your body always tells you when it's not ready to fast. Most people just don't know how to listen. Let's start with the most common sign that your body's not ready. If fasting makes you feel constantly dizzy, lightheaded, or shaky, that's not detox. That's unstable blood sugar. When your blood sugar regulation is weak, your body relies heavily on constant glucose intake. Removing food to suddenly causes sharp drops in blood sugar, triggering dizziness, weakness, and sometimes panic-like symptoms. This is especially common in people who have spent years eating frequent high-carbohydrate meals. In this state, fasting feels like an emergency to your body, not a healing tool. Another sign people ignore is persistent fatigue that doesn't improve. Feeling slightly tired at the beginning of fasting is normal. But if days or weeks pass and your energy keeps getting worse, your body is signaling overload. That adaptation takes time. But energy should gradually stabilize. If it doesn't, your body may be under-eating, under-recovering, or dealing with excessive stress hormones. And that brings us to one of the biggest overlooked signals. If fasting ruins your sleep, your body is not ready. Poor sleep during fasting usually means cortisol is too high. Cortisol is a stress hormone that helps mobilize energy during fasting, but when it stays elevated at night, it prevents deep sleep. You may fall asleep but wake up early, restless, or wired. Chronic sleep disruption cancels many of fasting's benefits, including fat loss, insulin sensitivity, and hormone balance. Another sign almost everyone ignores. It is intense food obsession. If fasting makes food dominate your thoughts, that's not discipline building, it's stress signaling. Your brain perceives food restriction as a threat. When energy availability feels uncertain, this leads to obsessive thinking, loss of focus, and eventual binge eating. Fasting that works makes food feel quieter, not louder. Now let's talk about something many people misinterpret. Cold sensitivity. If fasting makes you feel unusually cold all the time, especially hands and feet, your metabolism may be down-regulating. When your body feels unsafe, it conserves energy. That means reduced heat production, slower thyroid activity, and lower metabolic rate. This is not fat burning. This is energy conservation. Another major red flag is mood changes. If fasting makes you irritable, anxious, or emotionally flat, your nervous system is under stress. Fasting should improve mental clarity over time, not erode emotional stability. Persistent mood changes suggest that fasting is pushing your body beyond its current capacity. One of the most ignored warning signs is worsening digestion. If fasting leads to bloating, acid reflux, nausea, or stomach pain, your digestive system may not be adapting well. Long fasting windows can reduce digestive enzyme production in some people, making meals harder to process. When digestion suffers, nutrient absorption suffers, and that undermines long-term health. Now let's talk about hormonal signals. For women especially, fasting readiness matters. If fasting causes missed periods, irregular cycles, or worsened PMS symptoms, your body is prioritizing survival over reproduction. This doesn't mean fasting is bad. It means the body perceives insufficient energy availability. Ignoring this signal can lead to long-term hormonal disruption. Another sign is loss of strength or muscle. If fasting leads to rapid strength decline, muscle loss, or physical weakness, your protein intake or recovery is inadequate. Muscle is not optional. It regulates metabolism, blood sugar, and long-term fat loss. Fasting should preserve muscle, not sacrifice it. Now, here's a sign that surprises most people. If fasting increases cravings for sugar and refined carbs, your body may not be flexible yet. Metabolic flexibility is the ability to switch between glucose and fat for fuel. Without it, fasting feels like deprivation rather than fuel switching. This is why easing into fasting often works better than jumping into long fasts. Another overlooked sign is excessive stress response. If fasting makes you feel wired, anxious, or panicked, your sympathetic nervous system may be overactivated. Fasting should create calm focus, not constant alertness. Your nervous system must feel safe for fat loss and healing to occur. And now let's talk about why ignoring these signs backfires. When you force fasting before your body is ready, your body adapts defensively. That it slows metabolism, raises cortisol, increases fat storage efficiency, and reduces reproductive and thyroid function. That's why some people plateau, regain weight, or feel worse over time. This doesn't mean fasting is wrong. It means timing matters. Your body needs preparation. That preparation includes stable meals, adequate protein, sufficient calories, quality sleep, and stress management. Once those foundations are in place, fasting becomes easier, almost automatic. The irony is that the people who benefit most from fasting are often the ones who start slow. They begin with shorter fasting windows. They focus on meal quality. They protect sleep and recovery. And over time, their bodies become ready for longer fasting windows. So what should you do if you recognize these signs? The answer isn't to quit fasting forever, it's to step back and rebuild readiness. Shorten your fasting window. Improve food quality. Eat enough protein. Reduce life stress. Fix sleep. First, fasting is not a test of willpower. It's a biological conversation between you and your body. When your body feels safe, fasting works. When it doesn't, fasting becomes a fight. And the biggest mistake people make is assuming struggle means progress. It doesn't. Alignment creates results. Force creates resistance. If you listen to your body and adjust accordingly, fasting can become one of the most powerful tools for health and fat loss. If you ignore the signals, it becomes just another stressor. Your body always tells the truth. You just have to learn how to listen. If this helped you understand fasting readiness at a deeper level, follow the channel for more science-based explanations that help you work with your body, not against it.